We have got a team, yep. Doug Bollinger and Usman Khawaja are the two that are not playing. Michael Clark's got through his work particularly well the last couple of days. Had a long, solid bat in the nets again today with against the bowlers and with the coach, so he's come through pretty well. And Dougie's obviously the unlucky quick to miss out.
Why has Dougie missed out? Are you able to tell us that?
Bit of both, I think. Probably lack of bowling the last few weeks has probably been as much to do with it as anything. Also, this attack, when it was together and bowling well, had good success in South Africa and at different times in England in the last series. So, we feel that Hilf and House and Siddle are very well advanced in their preparation for this series, and Johnson's got a lot of cricket under his belt as well. So, we feel that this attack's going to be good enough to take us 20 wickets here at the Gabba.
Maybe his pop, is there a risk associated with that? Is he 80%, 90%?
I think he's better than that. Yeah, he's done all his fielding today as well. He's been out there. He's still out there catching now, I think. So, I wouldn't have thought there's any risk involved with it at all. I mean, it's a big game for us to go in the start of the series, and we don't want to go in with a cloud hanging over anybody. So that was why he was asked to do as much batting as he did yesterday, and why he's done as much again today. We couldn't afford to leave any stone unturned there as far as his preparation was concerned, or even testing him out at different things. So he's done all the work that's been asked.
Sean. Just having a chat with Kevy out a little bit. Please tell us what he said to you about the pitch and what your thoughts were.
I actually think it looks particularly good. There's been look, as I said yesterday, I hadn't looked at the wicket before now, just because of how quickly it does change up here with a bit of sun on it. To me, it looks exactly like wickets look here a day before a game starts. So I'm pretty confident tomorrow that'll be a good wicket.
So Andy, if you're going to talk about
We'll wait and see what happens, mate.
Dan, Ricky, the wicket here though has been playing particularly quickly. There's been a lot of movement and had rain again overnight. Was there any thoughts given to playing full quick?
No, not really. I mean, there was a little bit of thought a little while ago, but since we've been here and been able to look at the wicket, as I've said for the last couple of weeks, my preference is always to go in with a specialist spin bowler in your team. Generally, wickets up here as well. It's been shown over the years that if you start when the wicket's a little bit tacky, that's generally when the spinners have their biggest and most effect in the game. So we sort of took that into consideration as well.
You're confident, sorry, that Xavier can have a significant impact on this?
Absolutely.
Ricky, how do you think England will cope with the wicket? I think you said when they arrived they might struggle to cope with the conditions at the Gabba. Is this a wicket you think they can handle?
Well, history suggests that. History suggests that for every touring team coming to Australia, that they generally find here and probably Perth the places that are hardest to adapt to and adjust to. England have been here for a little while. They've played in Perth as well, and they played on a wicket in Hobart last week that seemed around a little bit. So, but as I said, history suggests that we handle these conditions very, very well, and opposition teams struggle a little bit. No, he's been particularly good. He's bowled a lot the last few days, as you can see. He's very excited. He's looking forward to the challenge that he's confronted with over the next 5 days here. As I've said all week, he's a pretty level-headed young bloke as well, and knows his own strengths and weaknesses, and he'll stick to those through the 5 days. I'm sure he'll do a good job for the team. So, whenever there's a young guy around the side that hasn't made his debut yet, it's always exciting for all of us, and certainly exciting for me tomorrow to make a cap presentation and do all that. It's a great part of my job.
if England attack you with the short ball, do you have to be watchful, or do you try and be aggressive and take that out of their arsenal?
I have to be both. I have to choose the right balls to play and choose the right balls not to play. That's probably been my biggest strength with playing the short ball over the years, is making sure I'm playing the shot to the appropriate ball. If anything, probably the last 12 months, it's probably been a bit the other way, where I've probably been a bit keen to get away and get on top of the short pitch bowling, and got out as a result of it. So a lot of my work the last few days and the last few weeks has been based around making sure that I'm playing the right shot to the right ball, and that whether that's a short ball or a full ball, to tell the truth.
Jim? Sorry, Andrew?
Ricky, you're going into your 8th Ashes series. How do you assess the state of both Australia and England, where they are compared to the Ashes you've got into in the past?
I don't think it matters. It doesn't matter at all what's happened in the previous series. It's about what happens tomorrow morning and what happens through the next few weeks that I'm most concerned about. Look, I don't know what's going on around the England camp. I know they've been here for a while. I know they've played a few games. I know they've started the tour well. All I'm worried about is what's happening around our group, and our group's been very, very good the last few days. Great to see the guys back in Shield cricket. Great to see some of the guys doing well in those games. great to have the guys back up here nice and early and get some really good solid preparation under our belts. The feeling around the group is great. There's a lot of confidence around the group. Guys feel good about themselves, feel good about their games, and they're really excited about getting this Ashes series underway. We've done enough talking, we've done enough training, enough preparation. It's game time now, and we're all excited about that.
Ricky, how exciting for you, how big has the Ashes become? Australia won 8 in a row, we lost in 05, and ever since then there's been a heightening anticipation of the Ashes. We're going to have a sold-out crowd here for the first 3 days probably. I mean, you play a lot of cricket, you play a lot of Ashes series. How does the hype and the excitement feel for you now, this one from yours?
I actually feel it has grown and got bigger and bigger the last few series in particular. You know, although we didn't like losing in 2005, I think it probably had a regeneration really of Test cricket all around the world. I think Test cricket was on everyone's lips again after that series over there. It was an amazing series of cricket and a great one to be a part of, although we lost the series. And I think from that moment on, every series that we've played, I think, has just grown and grown and grown to the point where God knows how long we've been talking about this series here in Australia, and you just got to look around the room here and see the excitement in all your eyes as well, and sold out crowds is a great sign for Test cricket, and that's why we can't wait for it all to be finally underway. The build-up's been immense, and it's been very exciting and very enjoyable, and it's all about to get underway now.
John? Rick, last year 10 of the players who played at the Oval will be out here tomorrow. How significant is it, do you think, that they personally got a chance for some redemption from what happened there?
Yeah, I think that's a really big part of how we play in this series, to tell the truth. There's been a bit written this week about what I made the players do at the Oval last year. I made sure that they all got down on the ground and they all took in our own disappointment, but more the English excitement, and I made sure that it hurt them as much as possible when we walked, you know, when the Ashes was being handed over to Andrew Strauss at the Oval. And there's no doubt that's what's been driving certainly me for all the work that I've done, but every one of the players as well. It's about that empty feeling we had in our stomachs after walking off the Oval again for 2 successive Ashes tours. We want to make sure that we don't have that feeling again, and all our training and hard work has been based around making sure that we don't get ourselves in that situation, that we're, as I said at the start of the week, that we can play Test cricket for 5 days in every Test match to the best of our ability. And if we do that, then I'm sure you'll see some results come our way.
Next three with Joe, Tom and Jesse.
Do you think England have fundamentally changed at all coming over here with Andrew Strauss as their captain? Do you think he's been able to change the way they approach their cricket with his influence on it?
I've got no idea. I can't comment on what they do, how Strauss is around the team, what they do, what their tactics are. I've got no idea. I'm on the outside like everybody else. I probably know a lot less about that side of the game than what you guys do. So, and I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about me and what I can do with the team, how I play, how I lead, and how the rest of my players respond. That's about all I can control.
Ricky, has Michael Clark needed any injections to get ready for this game, and how confident are you to get through the whole series?
Yeah, he has had injections. He had injections a little while ago, I think, almost immediately after the Shield game where he pulled up sore. So he's had those. Haven't had a chance for those to settle down, and got all his training done the last few days, as I said. What was the last part?
How confident are you to get through the whole series with this problem as well?
Oh, look, his history is that he's had these type of back complaints for most of his career. He hasn't. I'm not sure if he's actually missed a game as a result of it. He gets through games, he pulls up a bit sore, does all his recovery and gets up again and plays. I'm not sure what the long-term diagnosis for this one is. All I know that he's ready to go for this game, and we'll assess him at the end of the game.
Jesse.
With Doug to be in contention for the 7th Test, does he need to be released so he can go and play that Shield game in Perth?
Doug will be released immediately after the toss tomorrow morning. If we all our quicks get through the warm-up tomorrow morning and they're all fit and healthy, then Doug will fly straight to Perth, as will Usman, and play that Sheffield Shield game over there.
John.
Ricky, 4 years ago, the original Ashes Oval came out to Australia, which shows it can be transported. Do you think it should always reside in the country that holds the Ashes?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, that'd be good. I know there was a lot made of it last time about how frail it was and whatever else, but I'm sure with technology these days we can do something to ensure that it's safe on a journey across the world.
Ricky, this is just now the first time that you've spoken to and shook hands with Andrew Strauss since the 1 day in the summer. What was that like? Was it frosty or serious or?
Not frosty, no. Very serious, although he was a bit late for training, so he might have been a bit more serious than I was. But no, I actually saw him in the airport the other day. They were flying back from Hobart. I was in the Sydney airport flying up here, so we bumped into each other there. Yeah, look, we've known each other for a long time, played a lot against each other, and I guess been lucky enough to captain a lot of games against each other as well. So no, it certainly wasn't frosty today. It was business-like, I guess, as you'd expect. You know, two captains showing their respect for each other and their teams, but it was doing what we had to do to please all you guys, and then go away and get the rest of our preparation done.
Rick, I was just wondering how this build-up to an Ashes series compares, given all you've gone through, both here and in England. It was massive here 4 years ago. Given your determination to win in your own backyard, and reading this morning, you've almost thought about this moment for 15 months. What's this build-up been like for you personally? It's
been terrific. I think the best part of it is that the last few weeks, getting back to Tassie and playing some Sheffield Shield cricket, has given me the chance just to focus on that and not wholly and solely think about the first ball of tomorrow's play. That can sometimes be the worst thing you can do as well. If you start overthinking things too much and worrying about things and looking too far ahead, then that can often sidetrack you as well. So the last couple of weeks for me to get back to state cricket and work hard and train hard and obviously play with some guys that I haven't played with in a few years has been really good, just to freshen me right up and actually stop me thinking about tomorrow morning. So the last few days has all been about that. It's about making sure that tactically we're all right. Everything that I need to have in place for the first test match is in place. I'll do a little bit more of my preparation stuff this afternoon, but otherwise I've done everything I possibly can to make sure I'm in the best shape as possible tomorrow.
Last two, Kevin. Who will bowl that first ball if you field first? And have you focused on that?
Have I focused on
Have you talked about it?
fielding first?
No, the person bowling the first over.
Yeah, I've thought about it. Don't want to give too much away though. You'll wait and see tomorrow morning. Might be me.
Ricky, can that first ball, we all saw what happened here 4 years ago. In your opinion, can that first ball set the tone for an Ashes?
Oh, it's possible, but I think you've seen the start of the last two Ashes series in England have been totally dominated by us, and we haven't won the series. So there's a lot that's often made of the first hour. There's no doubt that if you do perform well as a team in the first hour, I mean, that's what you want to do. That's why you prepare as hard as you do, to make sure you get that first hour right. But it's not the be all and end all. We know that, you know, Test cricket's about 5 long hard days over 5 different games. So, and as we've seen with the last couple of Ashes series, they've been decided at crucial moments long after that first hour of the first Test match. So, yeah, we'll be doing everything we can to win that first hour tomorrow. There's no doubt that last series out here, the first hour set up our whole campaign. The way that we were able to capitalise on some very nervous English players that day definitely gave us a bit of a kickstart for the series and gave us all the confidence that we needed. Hopefully the same thing will happen tomorrow.
Excellent. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you. Just ask you one thing. You've got an outstanding record in the first innings of the series. I think you've got more than a quarter of your hundreds have come in the first innings of the series. Better than Tendulkar, Lara, Bradman, all the great masters. What is it about you that makes you really live for the hope of the series?
I think it's to do with the challenge that you're confronted with as an experienced player and a top order batsman, leader of your team. You know, I've always really focused on making sure that I'm right for that first innings of a series. I feel that I've got a big say in how a series develops after my first innings in a series. I think looking back to the last Ashes series here I think I made 196 in the first innings of that, and then another 100 in the second test in Adelaide, and it just felt then that, you know, I'd given myself the best chance to do that and given my best to help the team set up the series. So that's what it's all about. You know, I've worked hard, as I said, not only this week but for the last 8 weeks to be right to go for tomorrow morning. So hopefully there's another 100 around the corner tomorrow.